Hello everyone. Today's video is going to focus around 2D item toss Oki. Okay? Now you can apply everything I'm going to say in this video to mix, but remember, mix, since it has a bit of a variable on when you land, depending on your height and where the opponent lands and how they recover, will not be as consistent as 2D, which is always the same situation into item toss. So keep that in mind. Now, to talk about 2D item Oki, I want to first mention the concept of meaties. Meaty is when you hit your opponent before they can hit you, or at least that's how I understand the concept. So, for example, my opponent is gonna mash throw and wake up. If I meaty them correctly, the close slash will connect and they cannot press their fastest button. That means I meaty them. If I do it too late, I get thrown. I didn't meaty properly in this situation. Now, what about reversals? Well, reversals will make you strike invuln, and thus, you get hit if you try to meaty your opponent. And that's where 5k comes in. In the last patch, Season 2, for Guilty Gear Strive, Faust got the option of finally hitting crouchers with 5k, making it a solid meaty option. The crazy thing about 5k is that it has 7 frames of recovery and 8 frames of active, making it so that from -2 in block you can make it up to +5, which is pretty crazy, and still hit your opponent on wake up. Basically, you hit them with the last active frames of the move because they're still recovering, and then you get to be more advantageous on block. The even crazier thing about it is that you can make 5k safe from DPs because of its extraordinary recovery. Now, just to make an example of this, I would like to you see I threw the 5k, the DP came out, and it didn't hit me. And you're probably thinking, nah, you just mistimed it, right? Well, normally, when we see 5k, it does not combo into itself. As you can see, 5k is not combo. Oh wait, let me put an item that is not gonna risk what I'm doing failing. Okay. So normally, it will not combo into itself. But if you meaty 5k properly, you'll see that 5k can become a combo to itself because of how plus you can make it. Which is pretty crazy, and it's pretty cool. So normally when you do it, 5k will be between +2 to +5, which is pretty good. If you do it properly, consistently enough, you'll get the +4 to +5 pretty often in-game. Now, what does it have to do with 2D item Oki? 2D item Oki, or 2D immediate cancel into item, can help you auto-time, or just time, I guess, not auto-time. You're a 5k meaty, which is very important. So the way it looks like is you do a 2D item toss into dash up 5k. Okay, that's how it looks like. The reason why this is so good is because 5k lets you take a turn consistently while confirming which item you threw, because you're already autopiloting the Oki situation. Now, once we throw items into the mix, we want to know how to react to different items in different situations. So I'm going to go over the next items to kind of explain what you do with them. The items I'm going to go over are Bomb, 100-weight ton, Afro, Meteor, Mini Faust, Trumpet, and Hammer. I'm not going to go over Donut because... sad donut moment. Doesn't do anything. You might be able to take it, they might be able to take it. Doesn't really matter. It's just donut. Don't die for it. With 5k, with banana, depending on banana peel, if they block the banana peel, it will reset their block stun. But it's hard to react to, so you will most likely keep your turn there, despite them technically usually being advantageous. So I'm not going to talk about these two. They're not interesting. But I'm going to go over the rest. Now, yeah, let's just get started. I don't want this video to take forever. remember, every item you throw opens up so many possibilities, especially with meter. So I'm not going to explain everything. I'm just going to give you some guidelines, ideas, or things you can keep in mind in order to use items to the best of your ability and your style points. I'm not here to tell you what to do, as always. So once we start landing our 5k 2D, let me set the opponent to block and wake up, which is, I know, rare from our opponents. Once we throw an item, for example bomb, what do we do? So after doing a proper meaty 5k, which I swear is not that hard, you just need to practice a bit. As you can see, it's staggered there really well. You have the bomb between you and your opponent, but you are a plus, and usually they will respect your turn because of the threat of 2D and because you can even jail them with 5k 5k. Using a move like 2k to bounce the bomb behind the opponent will help you... Oh, sorry. Will help you keep your turn while racking up the opponent's risk. Using 2 moves into item toss will keep the item toss safe and let you continue your pressure if you get a good item. You can also do trickier things like 2 buttons into an overhead. Or try to do like a high-low. Like this. I got hit there because I'm not spacing it properly. So you'll do something like this. Wait. I'm fucking up something. This is why I never have scripts, but it's funnier when I fuck up when I record. Yeah, like this. This will be a 50-50 to have to block because of the bomb. So as you can see, it's consistent. I just always forget what I'm doing when I'm doing it. This is a true 50-50 between this and 2D. Sorry. Similar to the way that you do on Afro Explosion. If you do the 2D too early, it will not combo. If you do it properly... where it is doable. Oh well, fuck me. Well, you get the idea, okay? I don't need to make the actual example. I just need to tell you what to do, right? Regardless, the overhead works more times. So I recommend going for the overhead in this situation. Over the low. Most people will block low against Faust in this situation. Anyway, let's continue with other options. Another cool option that I recommend you use sometimes, especially if you're with your back to the corner, is using 2 slash moves into Scarecrow K. The way it looks like is like this. Now, that looked like I really failed my Oki. Yeah, like this. So you get to keep your turn, you rack up a lot of risk, you gain meter, and you change sides. So you can do it with 2S 5H, you can do it with close slash 5H, or close slash 2S. But you basically use 2 slash moves after the 5k. So again, for a bomb, 5k, close slash 2S, or 2S 5H, they both work. They let you run a strike throw after this because you're very plus, or just continue your pressure. Okay? If you do see you're fucking it up, you can always drift backwards. But yeah, generally, see, there's a lot of risk bar that we're racking up there. It's very nice. It works, of course, also mid-screen. And it works also against FD. So even if they FD you, you have to adjust a bit Like you won't be able to do things like 2S, for example, but close slash 5H will still work. Micro dash 2S 5H will still work. So a lot of the options work also on FD. I recommend you lab them yourself because I can't go over everything. There is too many options in this game and too many variants with if the FD 1 hit or 2 hits. So up to you to find the thing you find most consistent and most fun to use. Of course, the other option, we talked about doing a high-low. We talked about extending your block string. We talked about Scarecrow. The other fun thing that you can do is using a stagger pressure to catch your opponent lacking. The way you do it is, yeah, you do the item OP as always, and you can basically stall time, and you see the fuse runs out, and then you switch sides. If you have meter, this could lead to a pretty damaging combo, which is pretty nice. What I found most consistent is doing 5k 5k, since it's already a pretty strong option. Then you do a 5p 5k into this. This is pretty hard to react to. I try this in real games. People do get hit by this. If you do it too fast, it will be a bit more reactable, but it would still generally be safe. As you can see, I'm doing 3 5Ks and 1 5P in different like variants. You can try and do crazier things than this. But all these like options that I just showed, like stagger pressure, extending your pressure, scarecrow extend, and high-low, or like the overhead threat after 2k run up close slash, are all decent options you should look into. You can use meter to mix up people with bomb. The options only get crazier once you start using meter, but I don't want to demonstrate meter uses for this because it's actually too crazy. Of course, remember that whenever you get people to respect your 5k OP, you can always just run up grab them. And if you do throw a bomb, you can just run up grab and combo, which is very fun, right? We all love comboing from bomb. This wasn't optimal, by the way. Don't do this combo. Do better combos. Anyway, let's move to the next item, because I'm already spending, like, so much time. And it's just one item. Weight is a nice and fun item, because it is very simple and gets you very big reward. So, once you do your 2k, 2d, you do a 5k, right? But then you have to jump. So how do we get this to be a real mix? We do either dash empty jump JS command throw. As you can see, I'm doing the drift down JS command grab, or we do close slash. Now, why is that a 50-50? Because of how guard crush works, even if the opponent chooses to mash on block, so let's make him mash 5p. Okay. Our command grab still wins because he does not have grab involved. So we can auto time a command grab. Close slash still beats it. Well, does it still beat throw? You probably ask. And the answer is I can't do this when I record. The answer is yes. Okay. You get the close slash, you hit them, and it's really great. You get a really nice reward of close slash counter hit, and it's auto timed, which is great. So it's a real 50-50 that is auto timed. Just to go over the options, if the opponent has a reversal, of course they can hit you like a super reversal. Normal DPs will lose to throw. Jumping, backdashing will lose to close slash, and everything else loses to both. So these are the things you have to keep in mind. If you're playing against a character who does not have reversals, close slash there is very strong, and of course they'll have to call out a command grab of either a jump or a backdash. So, before I move on to the next item, it is possible to mix the opponent by doing mix. So you'll do your normal 5k that is safe, and you can mix your opponent by doing this. It's hard to show on the bot since the bot is set to block all. So we will like block the left right. I can record it, but it's pretty annoying. So you'll just have to believe me. You probably saw Apology Man, Nage running these kind of like funny cross-ups. they're good. I think generally there's no reason to use them off of weight because the 50-50 is so strong. But against an opponent that has a really strong fuzzy jump, you might want to pull out the left-right there as well. So it's totally up to you. Like, yeah, you can do it. You don't have to. You don't need it. That's what I'm trying to say. So on to the next item, Afro. Everybody loves Afro on their opponent. Problem is usually when we throw Afro, we feel like we can't get them to wear it on time, right? Because like we do 5k close slash and they're out of reach. The way to guarantee Afro is to do 5k 2k. Since your 5k, as you remember, is between 3 to 5 frames plus usually if you do it right. And 2k startup was buffed where it starts at 5 frames. Second hit already hits like at around 8 frames. It makes it a very potent way to stop your opponent, even if they're mashing 5p on block, for example. Wait, let me do it properly. Let me do it properly, please. Okay, I swear. Yeah, okay. Thank you. So even if your opponent is mashing 5-frame buttons, this is still very viable. Be careful with this against characters like Sol, Mei, Milia. They might try to challenge you with their 4-framer or 3-framers. Despite that, them meshing that will be very weak to 5k 2D and 5k into nothing, which should also make them wear the Afro. Of course, when you're running offense, if your opponent is respecting you and is not mashing, or if they have 5-frame or above, you can run the 5k 2k without even thinking about it, which is really cool. So the way it looks like, you'll do a 5k, you'll do 2k, and as long as you don't fuck it up, the opponent will wear the Afro. The reason that is good is because you can immediately friend the high-low from that. So you'll do a 2k, and you can do a JKJD, you'll be in range. You can just do JD if you'd rather, or you can do 2D if you want. Whenever you're doing the 5k 2k and the opponent is not wearing the Afro, it means you did the 5k a bit too late for the meaty. It means you didn't run the 5k 2k. It makes the opponent get pushed back a bit more. So you want to do it like proper, and the opponent will wear the Afro. And Afro pressure, as you know, Afro pressure is great, so you know how to deal with it. From there, like, you'll do your high-lows, you'll pressure them, and get nice damage, or good pressure, one of the two. Afro is pretty simple like that. If you do have meter and you want to force an Afro, you can always use, and your opponent is like not letting you run the 2k, you can always use Cake Throw to push them into it. So the way it looks like is you'll throw the Afro, you do close, you'll do 5k close slash into a 5k, and you can start your Afro pressure immediately. This is like just a true strength, so there's not a lot they can do about that. Just like high-low is very nice. It's very hard to react to as well. So this is always an option you can keep in mind if you want to surprise your opponent. It is usually not necessary, but it will be not bad versus some characters, for sure. Also, of course, if your back is to the wall and you throw an Afro, then it is a better option there, because then you get to push them to an Afro and the wall at the same time. And you run your Afro pressure or whatever you want to do. On to the next item. Adventure awaits. Meteors. So Meteors, when I started labbing this, I didn't believe how good Meteors are. So this is how Meteors look like. As you all know, when you run Meteors, you can always just run a command grab to get like a Afro situation, which is very strong, and have the Meteors cover you. So this is nice. Doing the 5k, the meaty 5k that we're doing, of course you can do a high-low with 5D and 2D, right? And run combos. You can combo there pretty easily with mix. if you want to, for like an easy combo. As you can see, you'll get Oki and usually wall carry, which is great. Or for an item. So this is already strong. What I didn't know, or didn't think about, was that you can also do a left right off the same 5k that you do the high low with. So this meaty setup turned to be a throwaway mix situation whenever you get meteors. Now you get a high low left right. This is left. This is the same side. And in addition, if you react to the opponent blocking, you can just charge your K throw or your S throw or your P throw to be plus and continue your pressure. So if they do end up blocking, you just continue your pressure. You get to rack up a lot of risk. You chip them for a lot. You build meter and you keep your turn, which is all very, very strong. Of course, if you don't want to engage, you can throw another item. You're not going to get 2 meteors in a row, but it will be okay. So these are 6 strong options, easy to execute. You get your run-up grab and your 5k into 4-way mix. There's no need to use meter whenever it comes to meteors. It is just unnecessary. The mix is already very strong. So make sure to use it. Make sure to be aware. Don't just run up, do a 5k close slash, something boring like that. You don't want to do that. Do the mix, grab them, throw more items, go crazy, go stupid. Okay, let's move to the next item so I can wrap up this video before I need to eat dinner or lunch or whatever it is. Mini Faust. Mini Faust is very nice with the 5k meaty because it always triggers Mini Faust, leading to a nice strike throw situation. So the way it looks like is you'll do either a run-up grab, which I fucked up just now. Please don't fuck up this. So you either do the grab, you can do a close slash just to check them. You can do a high-low immediately, which will be protected by Mini Faust. And if you do run the check, you can do a 2D or a 5D that will be covered by or combo into Mini Faust. So let's just show what happens if he crouches. Oh wait. Let me think. How do I show this? Don't crouch. Then crouch. As you can see, this will combo and the 2D also combos. They're both nice. You can throw another item after this. If you do want to like go for like a bit better combo of the high-low, you need to skip the close slash, but then you get to check them less and they could try to grab you or hit you out of something, or even reversal. So the way that looks like is you'll do a run-up into either 2D or 5D. You probably want to delay a run-up so they don't like grab you. And then you get to either combo from it or yeah, or just run better Oki. Yeah, like this. Oh, you do 5k mix there. 5k mix connects. But yeah, this is pretty hard to do and it's pretty niche. I would only use this like empty high-low if you're trying to kill your opponent. If they have like really low health, you can go for it. Other than that, yeah, that's basically Mini Faust, right? You have the command grab, you have the 5k close slash extended pressure, and you have 5k close slash high-low. That is covered by Mini Faust. Great, let's move to the next item, Trumpet, okay? Everybody hates Trumpet, but not when it comes to 2k 2D Oki, okay? So, Trumpet. There's the, first of all, I have to mention the fact that if you do a run-up, a deep enough 5k into a run-up close slash, you will pick up the Trumpet. So it is worth looking into and timing it. If you do see a trumpet, just like run the deep like 5k close slash. Your plus, you can afford it, and you'll pick it up. If they are blocking, let me set them to block real quick, Mr. Opponent. And you do like a slow enough pressure in terms of like delaying your buttons, you can make your whole mix safe. They can grab you there. You got 50% risk, or you burned a lot of their meter. You chip them, and you build your own meter, and you get to bring them to the wall. So looking into like deep enough like close slash is very good to pick up the trumpet mix, so you don't need to do mix to pick it up, and then RC to keep yourself safe, which is very nice. So this is the first option you want to look into. You can back up towards the end if you think you did it too fast, so you don't get grabbed, and you'll be safe. And of course, after that, you get to continue your pressure. Now, when it comes to Trumpet, Trumpet has a very weird interaction with Scarecrow, where if you do Scarecrow S, you are technically you are on the ground in the beginning. That's how you get the RC like this. This is why like this happens. It's also why you can get hit by many moves, despite you not being anywhere. Like they will still like know which side you are if they mash. So by throwing Trumpet, doing the safe 5k into a charge cake throw, you can create a left-right high-low situation. You do it by using meter, which is something I'm not a big fan of, but basically the way it looks like is to drift downwards. You can do it with JS, you can do it with JK, doesn't really matter. You'll do a close slash. This can be made into a real string, just to demonstrate that. After block, they'll do a 5p. Okay, I made it not a real string, but a frame trap in this case. It can be made into a real string, as you can see. You'll just have to drift downwards like this. Let's stop mashing now. The reason why this is good is because after doing it, you do get to do a high-low. You're not going to do the high-low like this. You can do it with 5D because it's better. Of course, it's covered by by the Trumpet. This is how the low looks like. They both combo, of course. You get to run up into a 5k and cover them on the corner. You can do Love Oki for a very simple combo. You can break the wall there if you got a good enough like pickup. That's like more situation dependent, so it's up to you to realize what happens. And of course, you can also do close slash into Scarecrow to left-right them. If they don't react to this, this doesn't do too much damage, but it's a good finisher. If they do react to this, you can again charge your cake throw, make it so your plus, continue your lock string. You can see covers it, and you racked up so much risk. You got meter, or I guess you didn't get too much meter because you wasted 50, but you're doing okay. Anyway, that's kind of it for Trumpet. I really recommend doing the 5k deep dash close slash. Doing a 5k into dash up is also not bad. If you do end up doing the 5k, you can do like something like this to cover the mix, or just back off. It's also okay. And try to reset the situation with a different item. Both are fine. That's kind of it for Trumpet. If you do want to go for that stylish Scarecrow, remember that you can also threaten throw. If you do this, so basically you do a drift fast RC by canceling into JS. And you do like a command grab, If you do it too fast, he's still gonna have the protection, the block protection. So you want to delay it by a bit. It will be covered by the trumpet though, which is pretty cool. So you can keep this in mind if you want to. It's pretty fun to do. It looks very cool. It's super stylish. So you can keep it in mind. Of course, you can run your pressure from this, but it's a bit more technical to do it. So it's like up to you. As you can see, if he meshes 5P. Oh, wait. Yeah, this happens sometimes because of the arcs. As you can see, this can be made into a true pressure. But some people would rather avoid the technical things that it brings with it. Okay, this is like overhead example if they block it standing. This is 5D, and oh, he's mashing 5P, isn't he? Yeah, you can do mixed air to catch them. I'm just doing 6H on autopilot. Anyway, yeah, that's it for trumpet. These are your options. Keep them in mind. Practice the fastful JS into grab. It's really cool. Okay, last item. Oh, we're almost done. That's so good. Okay, last item, hammer. Hammer is actually very simple. Similar to all hammer situations, you can run up a grab that is like somewhat covered by hammer. It's nice. Getting like the command grab situation is always nice. 5K, the safe 5K, basically connects to the hammer, letting you run like an extended pressure string more safely. You don't get a very good high-low. You can do 5D and make it safe if you time it well enough. Well, let me just show what happens. They mesh, for example, 2K, or like, yeah, let's try 5P first. So, if you time it well enough, you will recover in time. Sometimes there's like spacing reasons why they can't hit you, so it will be kind of up to them to measure, or different characters might be able to like now go 5K. So with hammer, you can like keep in mind these options to try and get like a hit. It's kind of like up to you if you want to try. If you can kill your opponent, or if you have meter to combo off it, then it's probably not that bad to go for it. As you can see, this will knock them down. If you do go for a low, it will knock them down too, but you're not very plus there, so it's like up to you. If you do end up RCing it, like you can, as always, like go into a wall combo and get like decent damage with whatever combo you choose. But yeah, basically hammer is not too complicated. You run your either your strike throw, and if you do going for 5K, you can keep your pressure safe. You can go for a throw again, of course. After this, as you can see, I can grab him before he meshes 2K, which is pretty strong. So it's a relatively strong option to go from. Hammer is one of our more consistent items out of the common items. It's very good. It's very good to be in control of it and know the timings. I think that kind of sums up everything I wanted to talk about. There are like a million, countless, endless options. Really, this character is only limited by how much we lab him. So keep exploring, learn what you like, learn how you interact with FD. This is something I didn't feel like covering here because it makes the video way too complicated, and I want it to be somewhat accessible. If you do have questions, anything you want to ask, you can ask them here. You can ask them on my stream if you want to. Shameless plug. And yeah, just have a good time Fausting, okay, guys? Hope you do the best Fausting that you can. And yeah, until next time. Bye bye.